What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again, man. I'm back again. Y'all know what time it is, man. Gotta play catch up. Gotta play catch up, man, you know? Man, anyway, man, it's story time. Know y'all like story time. So, yeah, man, it's story time. It's story time. This story takes place where? In their prison, you know. Man, listen. This is about, man, the day, man, they put a dude in my cell. Whew. Boy. They put a dude in my cell. This cat snored like Billy Goat Gruff, y'all. Yeah. This dude snored like Billy Goat Gruff. There was no, look, they could hear him in the cell on the left side of me and on the cell on the right. They could hear him all through the block. He was one of them. I know y'all done been around that type. I know y'all done seen that type, might got family members or spouses or somebody that get down like that. Boy, it's rough. It was rough, man. And they hit me with this mess here, man. Look. I never forget, man, one day, I came back from escape. Now, coming back from escapes mean you done made your way out the block, and you out and about all over the whole prison, wherever you done went, whether you went to another block, went to the south side, went wherever you done went, you out and about. And while I was out and about, a chain came in. So when the chain came in, they put a dude in my cell. Now, usually if I'm in the block, man, you know, ain't nobody finna go just move up in my cell. I ain't gonna even lie. If I know I don't have a cellie and a chain come in, oh man, I'm gonna be right there. But now look, I've been down so long, man. I've been in the prison so long and have been through so many altercations and ups and downs, turns around, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. I had a little pull with the one time. Usually the police wasn't just gonna put anybody in my cell. They wouldn't do that. They would just not. Man, it got to the point, man, they would call me down. This ain't no lie. Y'all might think I'm making this up. They used to call me down to the shift office when the chain come in, and they would tell me, look, hey, Tone, look, because you know what they would do, they would go as long as they possibly could without having to put nobody in my cell. If they didn't have to put nobody in my cell, they wouldn't. Not saying I was I mistreated my cellies. I did anything wrong to them. No, I didn't. But now, if I had somebody in my cell and they wasn't conducive to my program, oh, they had to go. By hook or by crook, they had to go. And the one time knew this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie. A couple of times, I had some cellies, man, that had to come on up out of there, man. And I I had a little homie, hey, cuz, hey, you and you, hey, man, you know, hey, get him on. He got to go. He got to go. And whatever took place after that took place, but that old boy had to come on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But of course, now it was, you know, it wasn't just with no anybody. You just couldn't do anybody like that. Of course, if a person belonged to another organization or, you know, something like that, I just couldn't, you know, you send the homies in there on him, you know what I'm saying? Then it's going to start some mess. So, you know, sometimes you had to be rough about it. Sometimes you had to be diplomatic about it. And that's what I would do. But anyway, I was on escape and they put a chain came in, they put a dude in my cell. So now when I come back later on, right before dinner from escape, you know, running around the prison, when I come to the door, one of the homies like, hey, big homie, cuz, check it out. I'm like, what's up, cuz? You know you got a cellie, huh? I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. I'm like, shoot, cuz, what's up with him? He like, man, I don't know. I'm like, you know, we black or white. Because like I said, you know, black or white in Alabama, they just, you know, whatever. They're not segregated. It's open season. So, I'm like, they like a black dude. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, shoot, all right, let me go up here and holler. I'm like, where cuz at? Who is he? He like, man, he up in the cell still. I'm like, okay. So now when I get up to the cell, He had just finished making his bed up, straightening his property out. And so when I come through the door, I'm like, shoot, what's up, cuz? I'm the dude like, oh man, what's up, brother? I'm like, all right. I'm like, where you from, homie? Dude was out of a spot called Opelika. Now I know it sound to y'all. Now for everybody in Alabama, we hear the word Opelika, it ain't no thing. But now for y'all who not from here, and y'all hear the word Opelika, like, what the heck is a Opelika? That's an old Indian tribe. But now they got a town out here called Opelika. It's right next to the town of Auburn. So you got Opelika and Auburn. Really now y'all know I'm an Auburn fan. So y'all know I'm down with the War Eagles. Opelika sits right there, right next to the university. It's two spots right by each other. Opelika and Auburn. Now you could almost consider them the same place, but now really, you got this big old giant Auburn University right there. It sits in the city of Auburn. So really it's like the tracks. The black folks, Opelika. White folks, Auburn. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's some other demographics. So anyway, so I'm like, where you from, homie? What's up? He like, man, I'm from Opelika. I'm like, okay. I'm like, shoot. I'm like, homie, what you represent, homie? You bang? He didn't bang. He said, no, man, I don't get down. I don't do none of that, homie. I'm just me. Solo dolo. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at him. I'm checking him out. Kind of big dude. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no real small dude. He about 6 foot even. Might have weighed maybe about 240, 245 up in there. You know what I'm saying? Nice size. I'm like, okay, homie. Now, with him not being affiliated on, which cool with me, you know what I'm saying? It really would not have made me no difference, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole time when I was in Alabama, I done lived in a cell with Bloods. I done lived in a cell with other Crips. I done lived in a cell with Disciples. I done lived in a cell with white boys. I done lived in a cell with vice lords. I done lived in a cell with straight up all the way around non-affiliates. You know what I'm saying? So, it was cool. So I'm like, we went to small talk, and I'm like, well, dang homie, how long you been down? At the time, he had been down about 6 years, if I can remember right. I think I remember saying he'd been down about 6 years. So I'm like, okay, homie, what you in prison for? Now that's something that I'm gonna get that out the way off the rip. What are you in prison for? Long as you ain't in there for no messing with no kids, man, I ain't tripping. Anything else other than that, that's your business. You could have killed 50 people. Wouldn't have made me no difference. Long as you ain't touching no kids, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. So I know somebody gonna say, well, Toon, what about if he was in there for rape? That's something he gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? That's something he gonna have to deal with. But like I say, my thing was, as long as he wasn't in there for no kids, I'm straight. So I sat down, I talked, I told him who I was, you know what I'm saying, what they call me, where I'm from, what I represent. I let him know all that. So he was like, all right, well, cool, you know what I'm saying? And of course, he gave me the what I always hear. Oh yeah, man, I heard of you, man. I heard of you. Okay, I'm like, cool. That's what's up. So we talked a little bit more. I said, well, look, I'm finna go out here in the day room for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You let you go and finish getting yourself situated. He like, all right, well, cool. I jet it. So I'm over there kicking it with the fellas, with the homies. I'm telling them, I'm like, they like, what's up with cuz? Wait for. I'm like, homie, he from Opelika. He like, oh, okay, well, we bang. I'm like, no, homie, he don't bang. 9 times out of 10, if he would have been a part of something, with him coming from Opelika, he probably would have been a disciple. But anyway, so dinner time came, went to dinner, came back, kicked it a little bit. Now listen, I'm one of them dudes. I'm not a house mouse. You got some dudes that are house mouse. I've never been a house mouse. When I get up in the morning, when I make my bed, get the cell straight and all that, when I hit the door, man, look, the cell probably won't see me again till it's lockdown time, 10 o'clock that night. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them. When they call count time, I don't even like coming back to my own cell for count. I just didn't like being in the cell, locked down in the cell. I'd be out and about, gone. So, you got a lot of dudes that, them house mouses, they want to hug the cell all day. So if you was able to get in the cell with me, you really, and you like your cell time, your personal space, you kind of lucked up because I'm always gone, always gone. You know what I'm saying? When I am in the block, I'm in the day room playing chess or looking at TV or at the poker game or in one of the other homie cells just kicking it. So you get all the cell, you get all your you time that you can stand because I'm gone. Now, every now and then, if I do need me a little time in the cell, I let a person know. Now, of course, I run this down to all my new cellies off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Let's get an understanding for it go even further, too far, let you know what my program is. Because I'm one of, you know what I'm saying, you know how you sit in prison so long, you get institutionalized in the head. You feel me? So, and I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them. If I was in this cell first, this my cell. This my cell. If you in the cell first, to me, I'm going to consider it your cell till after I've been in there a minute. And then it's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I ain't finna go for too much anyway. But now, like I say, I ain't never been disrespectful. I give any man respect. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Whether he 2 feet tall or 22 feet tall. Give you all the respect in the world, homie. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing I always did. So, I let you know how I run my program. You know what I'm saying? As far as keeping the cell clean, I let a person off the rip. Hey, homie, I hope you ain't messy. Hope you ain't dirty. Because I keep a clean cell. I keep a spotless cell. I'm talking about spotless. Wash the walls, the floor, the whole hookup. You feel what I'm saying? The sink. Man, you could shave in the sink. Stainless steel. You can shave in it. That's how clean I keep it. So, like I told y'all before, you ain't really, if you in the cell with me, you really ain't got to do a whole lot because in my mind, you ain't cleaned up. On your day to clean up, to me, you ain't did it right. Now, I go and let you do it, but I'm going to come behind you and redo it anyway because to my mind, you ain't did it right. It ain't clean. So it got to the point where I'd let people know, if you're in the cell with me, homie, you ain't got to worry about doing a whole lot of cleaning. Just please keep your bed made. I couldn't stand having them cellies, man, that jump up and just hit the door and they gone. The cell, they bed look like a pigsty. You know what I'm saying? Like little mice been playing in it. Man, I hate that because I'm not fit to make no another man bed up. So, I had a few times I had cellies I had to get on them. Hey, homie, check this out, man. You know what I'm saying? Your bed, homie, you can't straighten that little bit out, make the cell look real bad, Like I say, after all them years I've been down, I was institutionalized, you know what I'm saying? I was what they call prison Negro #1. I was with all the prison stuff, you know what I'm saying? Everything had to be in place. Everything had to be set up a certain type way. The whole hookup, you know what I'm saying? I was OCD about that mess. So anyway, I kicked it out in the day room. We went to dinner. We kicked it at night. So, in and out. He ended up coming on out the cell, mingling, talking to people that he might have known or whatever, doing his thing. So, boom, lockdown came. We locked down. Me and him, we kicked it for a minute and talked, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of them early birds. Oh, and one of the first thing I had to ask him, do you smoke? Off the rip. That's the first thing out my mouth. Before your name, where you from, what you represent, before any of that is asked from me, the first thing I'm going to want to know, hey, homie, do you smoke? Because if a person smoke, no, you exit stage left, out of here. This is a non-smoking environment. Don't care who you are, what you about, none of that. You smoke, you got to go. I can't live with it. I can't deal with it. I can't do it. The throat and the lungs are tender. I cannot put that nasty, funky cigarette smoke in them. Ooh, that's some of the horriblest stuff ever been made to me. Good God Almighty. And that nasty coffee right behind it. Boy, that coffee. Man, I don't see how people sit up and smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. Man, coffee nasty, cigarettes stinking nasty, and that coffee. Now, coffee didn't stink to me, but it was just nasty as I don't know what. Man, I don't know how y'all drank that mess. Ooh. I ain't never had no habits, homie. Weed, alcohol, coffee, cigarettes, tobacco, none of that. Only habit I had was gangbanging. But anyway, So no, but so he wasn't a smoker, which was cool. So anyway, time went on. That night came. We talked a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I was on the top bunk. I told you I like the top bunk. I don't like the bottom bunk. A lot of people be shocked and surprised when they come into my cell that they can get a bottom bunk. Now, it really not, I was assigned to the bottom bunk. But I stayed on the top bunk. Now, if you assigned to the top bunk and your cellie happened to get shipped or transferred or would it go to lockup or whatever, you automatically, bang, on you are assigned to the bottom bunk. Now they automatically drop you down. Like I say, I like the top bunks for my own reasons. So anyway, nighttime came. We in there kicking it. We talking. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So after a little bit, you know what I'm saying, I started getting to sleep. I was like, well, cuz, check this out, homie. I said, oh man, I'm finna go and take it on in. You know what I'm saying? I say, you go to breakfast? He was like, yeah, he go to breakfast. Now, me personally, I don't go to breakfast. You know what I'm saying? My favorite meal of the day is lunch. Dinner is whatever, but lunch is my favorite dinner because for me, lunch is my breakfast. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't even start getting hungry till around 11 o'clock anyway. You know what I'm saying? No matter when I got up or what I was doing, I wouldn't even really too much get hungry till around 11 o'clock. I'd get up early in the morning and head to the iron pile on an empty stomach. You know what I'm saying? You know, I used to be the machine back in the day. Not no more. But anyway, so my thing is, okay, well, homie, a lot of dudes in the South, that's their favorite meal. Breakfast is the favorite meal in the South. Southern people love breakfast. Hey, that's their bit. I couldn't understand it, but hey, that's their thing. They love breakfast. They love bread. Southern people love to eat bread. That's why all the women be so big. They love bread in the South. They eat bread like a big dog. But anyway, so boom, I end up going to sleep. I get woke up. I hear a noise in my sleep. So when I hear the noise, my eyes kind of come up and I shake my head. I'm like, man, what is that? So I look over at the clock. It's about 1 or 2 in the morning. And man, old boy cutting up, homie. He cutting up. My eyes get big as Volkswagen lights. What? I said, oh my goodness. Man, listen. I rolled over in the bunk and I looked down. at him. I said, man, what the? I said, oh no. This what we can't do. This what we ain't gonna do. What? Man, old boy sound like a T-Rex. He sounded like a T-Rex, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex mixed with a woolly mammoth. Man, he was cutting up. Man, look, wasn't no going back to sleep for me. I'm already a light sleeper. I'm one of them type people that I could be in a dead sleep, but now if you get up out your bed and move around, bang, my eyes will come open. Prison do that to you, you know what I'm saying? You build them type instincts up. But anyway, he was cutting up, man. I was like, man, wasn't no going back to sleep. So I'm like, you know what? Okay. Up under my pillow, get my book out. And I read my book. Within about a couple of more hours, they called for breakfast anyway. So, old boy went to breakfast. You going? I said, nah, remember I don't like that breakfast. He like, all right. So he shoot out the breakfast. He come back. So, when he come back, I'm semi kind of like, nah, no. And when he come back in and wake up, so now I'm knowing he finna start cutting up again. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, homie. I say, boy, you be cutting up, homie. He like, what you talking about? I'm like, that snoring. I'm like, woo, woo. I say, boy. He like, oh yeah, man. If I be real tired, you know what I'm saying? I'm a snore real bad if I'm real tired. I say, oh, okay. So it's only when you're real tired. He like, yeah, man. We've been traveling on that van. Traveling, man. I ain't had no sleep, kind of tired. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So now, he go back to sleep, he get in bed, go back to sleep, he go to cutting up again. But now in my mind, I'm like, okay, he just tired. It's going to be all right tomorrow. Tomorrow came. Went through the whole day. Boy, he cutting up. Man, I put up with it for another night. Like, dang. I'm like, whoo, something got to give right here. The third night came. He cutting the food. He cutting up. He cutting up. He get up, he go to breakfast. When he come back from breakfast, I'm up. Man, I'm up. Man, I'm up. I'm up. State boots on, clothes, all that. Because in my mind, I figured, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm finna tell him he got to move. We can't live together. I can't do this. You got to move. But now, he ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? Not like I said, I ain't been around him long enough to know if he was a real go-getter or not. But from the little bit I done seen in these last 3 days, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like, like he gonna get down for his grits and gravy. Like he just ain't gonna go for nothing. Because he been down 6 years, but this was his second time down. Anyway, okay. So I'm just preparing for it. I'm like, okay, if this what it's gonna be, this what it's gonna be. But now at the end of the day, you got to get up out my cell, homeboy. So now I'm up. When he come back in from breakfast, I'm up. So he like, what's up, Sally? I'm like, man, what's up, homie? I say, look, hey, look, sit down real quick, homie. Let me holler at you. He like, okay. He pull the door, boom, he sit down. I say, look, homie, I say, you cool, homie? I ain't got no problem with you or nothing like that, for real. I say, but now, homie, we can't live together. He like, what's up, big dog? I say, man, that snoring. I say, homie, I thought the first night is because you was tired. But the next night, you come back with it even harder. And tonight, boy, look here, I'm talking about, boy, you was cutting the food. I say, homie, I ain't getting no sleep. I can't sleep through that. I'm a light sleeper. I can't, we can't do this, homie. So now in my mind, I have prepared myself in my mind for the, man, I ain't going nowhere, or the comeback, which some people will give you. He shot me. He told me, he said, man, he said, I understand, man. He said, I understand. He said, man, I've been through this a few times. A few times. I said, oh, for real? Now, I was shocked, though. I was kind of like stunned. I'm like, dang, all right, we ain't got to tear the sail up, So, we talked about it. He let me know, he been through it a few times. He understand, it ain't no hard. And I let him know, I say, homie, I ain't trying, in Alabama, they call it when you try to, impose your will on another person, they call it putting down. You know what I'm saying? Man, you putting down on another person. Man, you put down on me. Man, you putting down on him. You know what I'm saying? So, I assured him, hey, homie, look, I ain't trying to put down on you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, make you feel like you less than you. I explained it to him, I say it just, I can't, I can't get no sleep, homie. It's like I said, he understood. Only thing he asked me to help him find a cell where, it'd probably be okay. So I'm like, okay. I said, no problem. Just so happens, it was a cell downstairs that had opened up in the corner. It had one person in there, but now the other dude had ended up transferring. He was gone. It was an empty cell. I said, man, look, it's an empty cell downstairs. But I ain't gonna even lie, that cell was already on my mind. But it was an empty cell downstairs in that corner. And I explained to him, I was like, homie, look, I'm gonna see if I can pull some strings and go and get you in that cell. He like, cool, bet it up. You know what I'm saying? We shook hands and all that. He like, ain't no hard feelings. No, homie, ain't no hard feelings. You cool, you straight with me. It's like, cool. Okay. So, I'm already knowing I got to pull to get him in that cell. So that's what I even, the next day when I left out, went down to the shift hall, explained the situation, let him know it was an empty cell down that way. And, if possible, could he move in it? They like, all right, Tune, don't trip. They end up moving him in the cell. You know what I'm saying? And he had the cell for about a week or so before they put somebody in it. But in my mind, I was like, boy, whoever they put in there with him, boy, I feel sorry for them. I hope they got some earplugs or something. But yeah, man, that was that situation with old boy, man. It turned out well. It turned out real good, man. And me and old boy, we ended up being real cool for a long time. But anyway, that's something else that happened in prison, man. But anyway, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon. I'm out. Peace.